Let's go, Arkansas. Ugh. Ugly. Let's break it down. Mississippi State Film Study. Let's get to it, okay? So you start this game off with a very nice interception. I mean, it was an RPO, ball thrown straight at him. And you just think it's Arkansas's day after this. So we get to 2nd and 6. This is one of the prettiest pass plays on the day. And one of my favorite things about this from an Arkansas perspective is the protection here is actually really good. You see what happens when you give KJ a good pocket. He sees he's got the one-on-one matchup with the tight end. And look at when he's deciding to throw this football. Good anticipation right here by KJ to hit the back shoulder. Really good route right there by Washington. Boom. There you go. All right, I can't describe this any other way as just one of the worst misses of KJ's career, okay? First thing is you do get a high snap. That does disrupt its timing some because, well, this is a rollout to the right. Time is of the essence. But I do like the rollouts because pass protection isn't as big of a deal. It makes things a little bit easier. But this is open to Ty Washington. And KJ, he's drifted so far back right here. You can see he double clutched it, didn't throw with as much anticipation. And you see this causes this ball to just dive, okay? You saw him double clutch, the high snap. Got a guy in your face a little. Still, that's got to be completed. I mean, it is that open. You just got to make that throw. This is just kind of weird. There was a play-action fake, and there really just wasn't any type of fake. That's okay. Looks like they're trying to get something vertical here. I think Mississippi State's just on top of it. I just want to point one thing out here that, KJ of old, you saw him versus LSU, breaks this off into a bigger gain than it actually was, okay? I'm very shocked he got caught right there. Still, short of the line to gain. This is smart on 3rd and 1. Just hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage, and just pick up this first down. And I know a lot of you Hog fans are wondering, where was this earlier in the season? Part of what makes a QB sneak effective is going quickly. And as you can see, that was a very explosive game. All right, 3rd and 11, and I understand Arkansas's offensive line is bad. You have to be ready for these exotic stunts, okay? So this is a simulated pressure where he's blitzing and this player's backing out, and they just could not block 14 on this twist. So he's going through here, and he's looping around here. The way this should work, and it's difficult, is the tackle needs to pick up this player, and the guard needs to pick up this player. And as you can see, it just wasn't clean, okay? The good thing about it is KJ is really good at making guys miss. He's able to do that here, but eventually nothing gets open down the field. And this is where Arkansas's lack of skill position guys are just really hurting, okay? If he's buying this much time, somebody has got to be open, okay? But they weren't. Good job by KJ making this guy miss. And now, there's just nothing, absolutely nothing he can really do here except, just eat it. So Mississippi State just calls an absolute perfect play right here. Good job by 81 getting a piece of this backer so he couldn't get out into the flats. Also helped out that there was a blitzer, Chris Paul, coming off the edge, and they're throwing in that direction. So Arkansas's defense, which was good for most of the day, they give up a touchdown drive here. And that, honestly, is just too easy. I mean, he was even able to wait on it and score. All right, we get to the next drive. It's the same thing, all right? This is just not good scouting, not good coaching, not good execution. All right, it might have been coached up, but if 14 is right here, you have to know, watching Mississippi State, when it comes to film, they like to twist, okay? He goes here, he goes around, and 72, right when you see this, your head should be popping here because there's more than likely going to be a twister. And he actually gets there fine. You just got to get more physical. That's just way too soft right there. And the thing that sucks about this is if you just pick this up decent, okay, you'll see that KJ would have had time to deliver this football right here to Tesla. It would have been a difficult throw, but one that I've seen him make. Instead, it's a sack. So the Arkansas defense gets another stop, and Arkansas is driving here again. All right, if you know nothing about football, all right, the one thing you don't want to give up as an offense is unblocked A-gap pressure. Even on a screen like this, Okay, so Mississippi State elects to bring everyone. All right, normally teams like to blitz here when it gets around midfield, because you want to get a sack to dissuade them from going for it. This actually is open to Tesla. It just is. It's too long developing of a play, and you got unblocked A-gap pressure. Okay. It's just not communicated well. It's not coached up well. You never want this. Okay. But you'll see that the screen here to Tesla was there. Okay. So the design of this looks to be, it was supposed to be a fake screen to the right and a throwback to Tesla to the left. Okay. If he's able to get through Pickering here, he's probably running for a huge gain. It's just too long developing, and KJ just has to, bail this thing on out, and it's a huge loss. In a perfect world, you want 78 picking up 14 on the A-gap blitz. Okay, you would prefer that, but it is a screen, so your offensive linemen are trying to get out to block, and you can see KJ's trying to look to the left to see if he could throw this. There's just no time, absolutely no time at all. All right, so we get to 3rd and 9 right before halftime. This is the call of the season from T. Will, and this, I think, was the worst misplay from Arkansas in the first half, okay? Your defense is struggling, and you call an absolutely perfect blitz. So in this situation, Mississippi State sees that there is an overload to the boundary, okay? So they're thinking that one of these three guys are going to come, at least two and maybe all three, but in actuality, they all drop out, and the blitzer is actually coming right here. Now, defensive coordinators, please correct me. I think this is called a creeper, right? So Hudson Clark is blitzing from all the way here. Everybody else backs out, and you see he doesn't see it coming. The running back is coming out to the left because they think the blitz is coming from this direction, and it's unblocked. Okay, and you'll see right here that Wright is just throwing this football up. There is nobody over here except this deep crosser coming on an over route, and there's three guys right here. He is just throwing this ball up into the air, okay? He is blindly just throwing this football, and this is a dropped interception right here by Landon Jackson. Now, I understand he's a defensive end, but he also played tight end in high school. If he catches this, he's got a convoy, okay? Chris Paul is blocking him. You're getting a block here, and I'm not sure if he's not scoring. He's at least getting into plus territory. That is a huge miss. So 1st and 10 right before the half. Let's see if he can get some points. And they bring a blitzer from the second level, and DeBinion, I don't know if he just freelanced and went off of it. I don't know if he was supposed to stay in to pick this guy up. I don't know what the case is, but it's just not good. It's just bad offense. And then you get to right here, your own guys are running into each other, okay? It's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess. And you get a fumble, and you're very lucky DeBinion is able to pick it up, and you go in a half with no momentum. But this next play I'm going to show you to start the third quarter is a sign of Dan Enos calling a really good play, but Arkansas having probably the worst set of wide receivers in the SEC, and it's probably not close, okay? It's one thing if you can't get open. It's another thing when you don't show effort when you're blocking, okay? This is a really good play call. Arkansas gets exactly what they want. Elite sprinter on a jet sweep to the right side, okay? And bam, to the left side. So Arkansas has exactly what they want. All these linebackers are fit right here, and they think this is a run to the right side. But instead, it's Satania to the left. So guess what? You have them outnumbered right here. You have this guy blocking here, this guy blocking here, this guy blocking here, and it should be Satania versus this guy for a tutty, okay, or at least a huge gain. But 17 right here, Broden is just too soft. This is the softest block I think I've ever seen, all right? Just letting this guy get to the inside of him, just way too soft. And honestly, if you're Satania right here, I understand you want to try and cut this to the outside. You honestly just need to bang this up in here, okay? And he tries to beat him to the outside. you just got to bang it up in there. In the SEC, you're just not going to be able to get to the outside like that. And because that was such a poor block, you see everyone else is doing their block to perfection. If you get a decent block, this is at least a 7-yard gain. Instead, it's a 4-yard loss. So we get to this 3rd and 5 right here. And KJ, I just want you to see how hard it is for Arkansas to get yards. Okay? Good play to the outside. You see what happens when you get a decent block right there? You're able to get Dominion right here. One-on-one versus his safety, and this is a great run. But it was just so hard for Arkansas to pick up these first. Once again, this is not on Dan Enos. This is really soft and poor running from Arkansas skill guys. I got to be real. This is the worst set. This might sound like me being a KJ apologist. I'll just tell you straight up, KJ was terrible in this game. But it's just crazy how perfect he needs to play because A.J. Green has got to pick up this first down, okay? This is a good call. A run on 3rd and 4. They're thinking you're going to throw. Everybody's getting aggressive. And look at this huge hole for A.J. Green to run through. Okay, bang it up here, or if there is a hole to open up here, bang it up here. But watch what happens. He just kind of sticks his head down and just runs right into his own guy. What are you doing? What is that? He has 2 different options here. He could keep his head up and bounce it through here. He could squeeze through here. Or he could just ram it up in here full speed, but he does that. What is that? All right, so we get the 4th down. I like the decision to hurry up to the line of scrimmage and QB sneak. I think you do have to go for it here. It's just hard when your offensive line just can't get anything going, okay? Mississippi State won this battle of the line of scrimmage right here, and I can't get over this enough. I mean, KJ, man, it looked kind of like he got there, but he didn't. Mississippi State takes over. All right, so 3rd and 10, I just feel like T. Will got a little lucky here. I would have liked to have had a QB spy here, but you do stop him short of the line to gain. Zach Arnett decides to punt instead of just trying to draw him off sides before taking a delay of game penalty. I don't know why coaches continue to do this. I've seen every coach make this mistake at least once, it seems like, in the SEC, but still. You get to this next drive, okay? Once again, doesn't look like anything's open, and KJ's off to the races. Once again, it's just a little eye test thing for me. It doesn't look like he has that same juice running up the middle, but that was a really good run. Takes a big hit, and it's a first down. All right, so we move ahead here to the 2nd and 6, and once again, it just seems like A.J. Green left a lot of yards out on the field here, okay? This is a really freaking good call, okay? It just is. You get a jet sweep motion right here from Armstrong, and you're getting multiple blitzers here to the left side, and you're running underneath it, okay? So these guys are out of the play. This is honestly blocked okay. Obviously, not the best here from Latham, okay, but it's still enough. Everything here is blocked, and he just trips on himself, okay? I know this hole is skinny right here, but we need you to get through here clean, okay? And once again, A.J. Green kind of tackles himself, okay? If you're able to squirt through here, if you're able to get through here, once again, it's not a bad run per se. It's just a lot of yards being left there for the taken. All right, so Arkansas is getting 3 yards at a time. They ran a few QB powers. 2nd and 7. Man, it just doesn't look like anything's open. You see they have this capped off here. It looks like this was a double move right here. You see they're over the top of this. Okay, you see it's a pump fake to a double move right here. My thing is this, okay, I've watched, once again, a lot of Mississippi State this year, okay? If they're going to play just straight-up quarters where they are bailing everybody back, you've just got to play pitch and catch, okay? Once again, just stop, throw, okay? Not on this. It is a design double move. I don't mind trying to get explosive. But a lot of these on the rewatch were here. So if I'm Dan Enos watching this game, I would have called a lot more just stop routes against quarters, okay? And it's just not there on 2nd and 7, so KJ, of course, just has to hit a check down. Sorry, it just kind of cut out there. And the check down's never bad right there. 3rd and 5, and this is just really good defense, okay? I like the call again here to run. Once again, if this was an RPO where KJ could decide if he wants to throw it, obviously he would have liked your numbers there. But, these are good linebackers from Mississippi State. And you could see KJ on this zone read waited till the very last second to decide to give this to Dominion. It was a good give decision. We just need you to beat this guy in the hole. And he's able to fall forward here to make it a manageable 4th. It's just Arkansas's skill guys just don't make guys miss. They don't fall forward, and they get tackled very easily. This next thing is entirely on Sam Pittman, okay? He wanted to kick a field goal. It was a delay of game penalty, so now it's 4th and 7, and you punt. And number 1, you waste Cam Little right there to put points on the board. Number 2, I think you do just have to go for it on 4th and 2. Still, you get a really good punt, and it's sad because a lot of Arkansas fans, you guys know this, your special teams have been so bad over the years. You finally get good special teams, and your team's terrible. So once again, Mississippi State was just terrible. This is him snapping a football to the ground, false start. So it's 3rd and 11. They are backed all the way up, and they just end up making a play, and they committed like 3 false start penalties over this. Is this holding right here? No. So we get to here, and that's just him making a play. If you're 11, you want to just bat that down or do something. It's just a good play. All right, so Arkansas is still able to get a stop and get the football back. We get to the 2nd and 7. Once again, everything about this offense is bad right now. This is a clear situation where, they're bringing pressure here from the left side. You would like your running back to see this, to get over here to help. Once again, I don't know much about the running back coach, Dan Enos relationship or anything like that. But, man, the pass protection from the RBs have just been so bad. And it sucks because if KJ has time, he's hitting this, right? But he does a good job making this guy miss. And once again, it's KJ having to be Superman, all right? Could he have flipped this football right here? Yes. And you would like to see him do that to pick up the first down. But still, he decides to run, takes a big hit, and it's 3rd and short. All right, so this next thing right here is on Sam. The blocking technique of Arkansas just isn't great. It's 3rd and 1. You're getting some split zone action here with Washington. And if you're Washington, you've got – and I want you guys to use this line right here as, just a point of reference. His job right here on this split zone, and split zone is when a tight end or a wide receiver just comes across here at the snap, okay? You've got to get flat, all right? And what happens is some players tend to round it off. And you see 8, Washington right here kind of rounds off this block, and he lets 91 get to the inside of him, and that helps slow down Dominion, and he almost made the play here. Good run by Dominion to get skinny here, but you need Washington for his shoulder to aim for this shoulder. Okay, you want to cross his face. That's just too easy. It's just not good blocking technique. So you're able to pick up the first. Once again, I felt Arkansas ran the football too much on first down. So once again, this split zone action, you could see it's just rounded off, and that kind of cuts off your running back right there. You see how the timing of that is just weird? Okay? And everything is just stuffed. The one thing I thought Arkansas should have done more of, it's been a play that's worked for them. Work versus BYU, work versus LSU. It's just getting a split zone tight end little slip and you throw it right here. I felt they could have used Washington more in the passing game. So you get the 3rd and 8 right here. And this time the stunt is helped out by number 9 just slipping on himself. And Watson also fell. Okay? So KJ's able to run for this first down. Once again, it's just too much KJ needing to be Superman for you to succeed. All right, we get to 2nd and 7, and it's the same thing, okay? Remember earlier they brought a second-level blitz. This time it is from the boundary corner. I'll be honest, the boundary corner from this distance blitzing is tough to see, okay? But Dominion sees it late. Once again, I don't know if it's coached for him to actually even pick this up. Maybe he's just freelancing. It's impossible for me to know. But he's late, and it's a tough block. But we need you to dive, do whatever it takes to get a piece of him here. And it's just not enough. Nobody's open down the field, and KJ's just there to eat the sack. I am a little shocked that they blew this whistle here. But still, it's just a sack. So you get the all-22 angle, and Mississippi State just had a good game plan. Arkansas just can't protect. They can't protect when you just bring 4. They can't protect late blitzers. And they put a lot of stress on Arkansas's running backs to pass protect. Now, let's take a look at these route concepts. All right? I don't like Isaiah Satania just running quick outs, okay? You want him getting vertical. Notice all these route concepts are not challenging this defense at all, and the spacing on these route concepts just aren't there, okay? Now, in truth, could this ball be ripped right here to Satania? Yeah, there is a corner just sitting all over this, though. It's just not good offense. I mean, this is just not a scheme that I would like to be a part of if I was a quarterback. The spacing on this is just awful. And you'll see it here on the interception as well. All right, so it's 3rd and 14. This is just bad awareness by KJ. But you'll see Arkansas is trying to run dagger over here. They run a go, and they run a dig. We'll get to the all-22 angle in just a second. I don't mind KJ trying to throw it. I know it looks like a bad interception. But on 3rd and 14, knowing that their linebackers like to sink so far back, I wouldn't have minded KJ just throwing this right here and just knowing that you're going to go for it on 4th. But you'll see in the all-22 that this could have been completed if the route was potentially better. So this is going to sound bad because you do see the same thing. And Lewis Riddick, the announcer, brought up that the spacing on these routes weren't good. In this instance, they decide to just rush 3, drop 8, see if they can get home. And it's protected well, okay? Once again, you don't want your offensive tackle sprinting all the way over here. But because, it was only 3, even though it's messy, it's still good. I think KJ actually reads this correctly, all right? So you got a go route here, and you got a dig running right behind it. It's the dig route that was awful, okay? So 13, I believe, here gets, I think Wilson gets bumped off his route. All right, Jet Johnson, a good SEC linebacker, and that forced him to round off his route, okay? And you'll see that he's rounding this off. This dig, when it's at the sticks, you need to get flat across here. But you see how far he is drifting up, okay? And that allows the safety to dive down on this. This is just one of the worst routes I think I've seen. Okay, and KJ gets the blame for this. Look, he's thinking that this is a dig. And look at how far he's drifting upfield when he should be digging right here. Now, this backer is drifting further and further back, but KJ's probably wondering, hey, when are you going to break in here? And now he decides to let it rip right when he's getting ready to throw. And once again, it's just not good at all when you're drifting this far up the field, okay? And this safety is just able to break down on it, and that's that. So, once again, you see good protection. So now, you're just drifting, and that allows the safety to just, go in there and make that play. All right, so it's 4th and 1, and the false start penalty was on number 1, Xavier Thomas, okay? I'm a huge Xavier Thomas fan. I've been watching him since he's been in high school. And he obviously had the really good punt return later in this game. But as you can see, they weren't ready for the snap, all right? So because one wasn't set yet and they snapped the football early, they called a false start penalty, okay? As you can see, one didn't even know the ball was off. And this is just being an Arkansas fan, right? Your offense is absolutely garbage. Then you get your defense bailing you out, and it's not even a great defensive play. It was just a really bad snap, and you see it's blown dead. And in actuality, that false start had nothing to do with the play. So this should have been what could have been a game-winning touchdown, but that's being an Arkansas fan, and you just never get these breaks. This is close, too. I mean, I have no idea why he's even snapping it. There's 16 seconds left. He might have heard a clap or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But still, just very, very, very unlucky. All right, so now you get the football back. It's first down, and once again, I think this is on Brady Latham. All right, once again, Mississippi State's getting exotic. Rarely do you see a nose tackle twist around, like a straight-up zero nose. And I think Latham right here, this looks like a simple just zone blocking play to the right. He runs with the defensive tackle who's going in the opposite direction of where the play is going. Let him go. So instead, he just picks up this player backside, and I'm guessing he thought the center was going to, fend off right here and pick up the backer. But the backer's just sitting right there, right there to make this play. I mean, there's just nowhere for Dominion to go. 2nd and 10, and it's like they didn't practice twist. Okay, so you got the new tackle in 51. You'll see it right here. Okay, once you start to see this, you've got to be ready to pick up this, and then Latham picks up this. Either way, Mississippi State, they are ripe for you to just hit checkdowns while their linebackers sink back into these zones. Okay? Right here, bang. Football needs to go right here. Okay? So now it sets up 3rd and 19. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? They're still able to get pressure. Once again, I've never seen an offensive line just get put on their butts as many times as Arkansas's. And now you're just, grasping for air here, basically. 3rd and 19, all things considered, this actually just isn't that bad of a throw by KJ. Once again, I'm not sure if anything's open over here. And let's see if he could get a little bit more on this. I mean, this ball is to the back shoulder. Oh, that's pitiful effort. Dive, do something. I mean, come on. All right, we go 3rd and 19, and yeah, I mean, I've just never seen this. Okay, they run the same twist, and it still doesn't get blocked. 51 trips on himself. That probably should have been a hold right there. The pocket overall is pretty good. I don't know if any of this is open. It's probably not. All things considered, as nasty as all of this actually was, this wasn't the worst back shoulder throw. Could he have dove for this? Maybe. I don't know. It just didn't seem like Arkansas played with the most effort. You could see the sideline is just dead. There's no energy, no nothing here. And I don't think they've given up, per se. They just don't believe, right? So we get to this first down. Once again, the run defense was just really good all freaking day. Good stuff. 3rd and 10, just a nasty call. Once again, corner blitz off the edge, and you run right in the direction of the quarterback draw. Can't ask for anything better. And good stuff by everyone keeping their pass rush lane integrity, and you get a stop. All right, so here we go. Arkansas gets the football back. And a lot like Alabama, for some reason, Arkansas has a chance to win this game. Okay? Once again, we see this action a lot from Arkansas. Just all stop routes. Okay? Never really a fan of everybody running the same stop route. Okay? It screws with your spacing. It doesn't really challenge the defense. And at least you get a completion. All right, so we get to this 3rd and 7. Let's give Arkansas a lot of credit with the pass protection. This time it was good. They run a late twist with 14. It gets picked up. Good stuff by the Arkansas pass protection. Arkansas is running something called smash. He's running a corner, and Tesla is running a route to the flats. KJ's job is to read this corner right here. The corner is able to play both of them. I think this throw could have been put right here at the anticipation, but still, the corner, it's kind of cut off right here. He's able to play both, and he's able to get back here and affect this throw, okay? Now, it did hit 13 in the hands. You can make a case that he should catch it. What I would have liked to have seen here, once again, you're not trusting your protection all that well. You can also hit Armstrong right here as the number 3. It's hard. You rarely get to the number 3 right there. But goodness, 34 was able to play both men, and that should just never really be the case if you're running smash. So Arkansas goes for it here on 4th, and this is just KJ, once again, just not being good. It's 4th and 7. You got to go for this. Right here, this is just there. Okay? Live with the results of this. I know it's behind the sticks, and it worries you. You've just got to hit this. But KJ tries to hit the deep ball. This time the protection is not good. It's actually okay. It's not the worst. 91 does eventually get home. If he's this off balance, you would like to see a finish right here. Instead, he was able to keep his balance, and you're getting away with the blatant hold, and his arm gets hit when he's delivering this. So is this something that would have been complete to Satania there? I don't know, but you just got to hit Tesla there, move the sticks, live to fight another day. So 3rd and 3, once again, this Mississippi State offense was awful. I don't think this was the right play call. I think this looks like just a simple... I don't know why you would run zone to the left and everybody step to the right, but that allowed Jeff Coat to get through here. I don't know what the call was there. It was very bizarre. And you get a good stop, right? And it sets up a 4th down. Now, if I'm Mississippi State, I am just going for this, right? Just go for it. A first down ends it, right? Instead, they decide to kick a chip shot field goal, and they miss it. And it wasn't as if this was close. There really wasn't a whole lot of pressure at all there. He just misses it. And once again, Arnett's got 2 timeouts. They didn't even try to draw Arkansas off sides to get a free first down. All right, so Arkansas gets another chance here. It's first down. It's going to get cut out just a little bit here. But, this is just a lot of traffic right here for this throw. All right. So KJ throws it high and away, and you're able to get tackled. Was there anything else open? I have no idea. And he's tackled in bounds. Okay. Now, we get to the 2nd and 3. This is what I would have done if I were Arkansas. Because Mississippi State gives you this all game long. Okay? And you've just got to take it. All right? So if you're watching the game, you notice Mississippi State plays very conservative on the back end, and they get very aggressive here on the front end. So if they're playing so far back on the back end and so aggressive here on the front end, the area of the field you have to attack is the very shallow middle right here, okay? Now, what Arkansas did a lot of was not having layers to their plays. Okay, what I mean by layers is all the stop routes are run at the same distance. All the go routes are run at basically the same distance. So what a lot of teams have done versus Mississippi State to a lot of success is they'll run a tight end stop, sit them right here, and then another running back would leak and stop right here, and it's a simple pitch and catch right here for a huge gain of yardage, okay? Now, once again, you're in the 2-minute situation, but I wanted to show you what I would have done more of if I was Arkansas. So now we get to 3rd and 3, and this is just KJ being bad. There's just no excuse for this, okay? You got to have a first down right here. And boom, hit this if you want it. But if you're going to hit this dig, you could just kind of see at this point, KJ just kind of guides it. He doesn't just throw it. Watch this as mechanics. You see how he's just pushing it. Not a little bit nonchalant on the follow-through. And when you do that, the ball tends to die down, right? If you put a little too much weight on that front leg and you get a little too casual, the ball will die down on you. Now, this call was the most interesting call right here from a Mississippi State perspective. I don't get it, right? You've been getting home and defending everything well with just 1, 2, 3-ish blitzers. But now they decide to bring everyone, all right? So this is a cover 1 blitz, okay? So safety stays single high, and they're bringing almost everyone, okay? Now, Washington gets a chip. This is what they should have done last week versus Dallas Turner with the game on the line. All right? Now, first thing I'm going to show you here is KJ Jefferson making a really big play here on 4th and 3. He steps up into the pocket and throws an abso-freaking-lute dart to the outside shoulder here to Armstrong, and that right there was huge, okay? Touchdown-saving tackles right here. Now, from a Mississippi State perspective, if for some reason, this is why I wouldn't have called 0, because KJ Jefferson is so good at making a blitzer miss and just finding someone open. We saw it last week versus Alabama. If for some reason he decided to hold on to this one, okay, and decide to extend the play. Remember that throw to Varkey's Gums? Okay. Let's do some simple math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, if neither of these backers or zone blitzers pick up the tight end, Washington is unaccounted for. And what's interesting about that is Satania is running an over route here. So if for some reason KJ decided to extend this play at all or just look to Washington right here, he's catching this, and there's only one receiver to this side. One receiver and one DB to this side. He might score, or at least he's getting to the 20-yard line. Okay, now I understand that takes, you can't actually just see it, but conceptually that was the case right there. Still, you get a huge gain on this 4th and 3. So it gets cut off here. KJ took a not great check down to Dominic Johnson, and the clock continues to move. Right here, you just got to chunk it to the end zone. I'm still shocked that Arkansas was able to get back to the line of scrimmage and actually run a play before the Hail Mary here. And, yeah, I mean, this is another just misfire by KJ. I mean, there is a tight window to put this ball right there, and it's just way overthrown. He could have just been throwing it away so he could just say, hey, let's just get a Hail Mary here at the end. And now it sets up the Hail Mary opportunity. Now, once again, Mississippi State elects to call a timeout, and Arkansas sets up a really good Hail Mary play here. And while this happens, the truth is Sam Pittman needs to go. It's over from the OC hire to this team just not being ready to play. Sometimes I will just chalk up, losing a bunch of close games to really bad luck. But I think the more you look into it, a lot of the bad luck when it comes to losing these close games is down to Sam Pittman, because the truth is, this was a case where Mississippi State didn't necessarily play well, and they still won the game. Actually, they didn't play well at all. And the hilarious thing is, defensively, if a few of these breaks actually go your way, you're probably winning this game. Still, even if Arkansas completes this Hail Mary, I would have said the same thing about Pitt. Now, they try to run, a mini twist, if you will, and the pass protection here is really good. So you give KJ Jefferson a chance to step into this ball right here. One thing about this Hail Mary is I don't really know what the roles of 17 and 13 were, okay? You could see I don't know. If the ball deflects back this way, I don't know, but this is what you want. You want someone to be able to tip this ball to Armstrong, and he was waiting for it, Mississippi State didn't knock it straight down. They went for the interception, but still no good. The bottom line is Sam is just it's just not going to be the coach of the Razorbacks next year. Now, here's a good thing if you're Hunter Yurachek. You know he's not going to be your coach next year. You could start your search now, earlier before anybody else could. Now, you got to do it very quietly, but you know at this point that the staff will get cleaned out. I do have a coach in mind, okay? I'm going to keep that to myself for right now. But if anyone at Arkansas wants to help me do the search, I'm totally happy to do it, to be a part of the consulting team, if you will. I know what a lot of you are going to say. Well, your opinion's probably not worth anything. Still, I actually do have a coach that I think would be a perfect fit for the Razorbacks. Now, you'll see the Hail Mary in the background. This is just a description of KJ Jefferson's season. You know, truth be told, Arkansas has been in some close games, right? Sam Pittman's just not good between the headsets, if you ask me. I've just seen a lot of coaching mistakes he's made in a lot of these close games, and you just can't have those. The next thing is Mississippi State did not play well in this game. This is probably the worst I've seen an SEC offense perform, but they were without their starter. Remember last year in this game, Arkansas didn't have their starter. They got blown out. This year, Mississippi State didn't have their starter. You should have blown them out if you even had a competent offense, but that's not what happened. Defensively, you're obviously playing well, but how much of that is just the backup quarterback? I think there's a lot of that there. So the truth is, you don't see quarterbacks as good as KJ Jefferson was last year just fall off a cliff this year. A lot of that is supporting cast. A lot of that is these offensive players aren't stepping up. A lot of that is on Enos, and ultimately all of that is on Sam Pittman. So you guys comment down below. Let me know. Don't forget, we have Thursday night live streams, and we'll talk to you soon. It is Power Hour SEC. Bam! And we're doing steaks tonight. Let's go.